fighter back on May 28th. We're excited to see you back in the ring. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel great, man. Just blessed to be getting the opportunity to, to get off the bench. Been on the bench for so long, 2.5-year layoff, and before that it was another 17-month layoff, and before that it was another 2.5-year layoff, and before that was 10-month layoff. So you get the picture.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know anyone who's seen you since you were younger to now, the talent has always been there. What do you attribute the inactivity to? Has it been injuries or promotions?
A little bit of a combination of both, of all actually. Bad management, lack of preparation on all parties, management, coach and fighter, along myself, injuries on the other opponent. Like, man, Mickey Bay was scheduled to fight, but he had a heart situation. What was true? Mickey wasn't scared to fight me. That's my homeboy. We was about to get paid for that fight, but he had a heart situation that, not as far as he was scared, but he had a real physical, heart condition that. And I know my boy Mickey, he never backed down from a fight.
You said Mickey Bay, so I got to ask you now. They just announced the fight with him and Tevin Farmer. Right. How do you think that fight goes?
Oh yeah, I'm going with Mickey all the way. Even if I didn't think he can win, that's my boy. I'm gonna go with him. You know what I mean? To the end.
I got to touch on something that you mentioned on the podium: independence, being in control of your own career.
Oh yeah, it's very important.
That resonates.
It's not talking about a lot. Because I just actually signed Rick Ross from Freeway.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've heard a couple things, like Sarah and then Rick Ross,
yeah, man, Sarah, we couldn't get it right. You know what I mean? And that's still my homegirl. I talk to her every day to this day. But man, Rick Ross, we doing business now. I signed him to be my advisor in boxing. Notice I said I signed him, not the other way around, because it's too many times we're in boxing, I'm about to put my life on the line. You understand what I'm saying? So everything goes what I say. So it's not like I'm gonna be have people on some flunky type of stuff, but this stuff need to be done for me to execute everything I need to execute when it comes fight night. So Rick Ross is a very good guy. Even if we don't continue with this boxing, he gonna be Uncle Rick forever.
Definitely. I mean, we've seen him at a lot of events lately. He's at the Ryan Garcia fight, so he's getting, diving right into boxing, and it's exciting to see what's next for him. But I also think it's exciting to hear that you're changing the game. You're flipping.
Yeah, I'm trying to do my best, and I'm trying to figure out what kept me around this long in boxing. It's not the championship, it's not the money, it's to make change on some of the things that I see that I think that's necessary, that I think that's wrong. It may not look wrong to other people, but to me it seems wrong that a fighter even going on get interviewed and say, oh yeah, I want to thank such and such and such and such. Don't thank your parent, you don't thank your mother, you don't thank yourself who really got you there. You know what I mean? So I just think it's time for change. I mean, you can shout out who you want to shout out, but at the end of the day, let's put things in perspective. It's a priority thing. I think that need to come with that. Who need to get the first props up to the last props. But that's just my opinion. That's just how I go about it, my perspective. But having control of your own career, I think that's law. There shouldn't be no my perspective or his perspective or their perspective or whatever. It should be law that you take full control of your own career, of what you do, what you say, what you think, what you feel, all these things. Because like I said, you are putting your senses on the line every time you climb in it. You can climb in that ring and not be yourself when you come out, and you won't even know it.
Right.
People around you may know it, but you won't know it.
Right. Yeah, and you were on that Pritchard Cologne card, if I'm not mistaken, where Pritchard went into the ring and then came out.
And that's the sad thing, because I use that a lot, because I watched him come. He was coming out of the weigh-in. Man, my brother was walking out. He stopped us. He said, hey, I really couldn't understand what he was saying, but I understood that he was saying that I look up to you guys, you can see the light in his eyes. He said, take a picture. He got in the middle, we took a picture, and that was the last time I saw him that way. And I looked on, shout out to him and his family. Those things happen in boxing. It's sad that it happened, but if any of his family members are watching this, I'm all against that, and this is what I'm striving for. He's one of my biggest motivations to why I feel like fighters should have control of their own careers, because these things can happen.
Definitely. And when we see you now, obviously you're a little bit older, but you are in physical and mental shape. Speaking to you, seeing you, the workout videos like you were mentioning. Now that you're in control, what is Anthony Peterson's goal at this stage? What do you want to do in boxing? You said you touched on it not being about belts and this and that. What would you like to see, maybe for the next year or two for yourself?
Well, activity. That's it. Because I know to me, it's almost like two snowballs sitting on the hill. One get kicked over, it gets that momentum going down the hill. What happens with a snowball when it keeps going down the hill? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm stuck on flatland. All I needed was what Dusty gave me, a little kick off that ledge, and now I'm coming down steamrolling. Activity, 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 activity. Once the inactivity starts, you go on flat land. You're no longer gaining momentum. You follow me? So these are things that need to be talked about in boxing a lot. Keith Holmes spoke on it. He was a two-time world champion, and he understands. You take a fish out of water, it's not going to be good.
I asked you when you were up on the podium, but I also wanted to mention it again just because I love the dynamic. I am an area guy. I grew up watching you guys covering the sport. I've been lucky enough to cover both of you guys. Seeing him in your corner is exciting. And then what you talked about, that Lamont is, you know, maybe in 5 to 7 years, you think is going to be one of the best trainers.
I definitely think Lamont, and he get a lot from my dad. My dad is a very amazing, smart man. Julius James Peterson is my biological father. He been through a lot. And I see, talking to my father and talking to my brother, they got the same, their mindset is pretty much, even though if Mark want to deny it or accept it, it's there. The way he break things down. Boxing, he make boxing look like Sesame Street to a person who don't really know about boxing. I mean, he make it like, oh, I know about boxing now.
Right.
But the things that he break down, the true essence of what a fighter needs come fight night. They don't care who's faster, who's stronger, who got the better muscles or who got the better uniform. It's about who got the better chemistry with their coach and who got the better preparation. And we mean by preparation with dietitians, nutritionists, personal trainers, coaches. All of these guys got to be in sync with each other. The nutritionist got to know what the dietitian is doing. The personal trainer got to know what the coach did in the gym that day so they can report back to know what to take and what to put in. But if everybody on a different page, it's like the body. The heart don't expect your liver to pump blood. Don't expect your stomach to go for air. It's not gonna happen. Your heart pump blood, everything got their different reasons, the different things for different reasons. And boxing, the boxer is the same way. You have to have all cylinders working. And I see why Lomachenko called himself high tech. It's not that his high tech skill, it's that his high tech team around him that build him, that make him who he is.
Now you mentioned Loma, so I gotta ask you, Devin Haney.
Yeah, I love Devin. Yeah, I love.
Who do you think wins the Haney-Kambosos fight?
Devin.
Devin.
I think Devin wins.
He's gonna bring him
not
back.
by decision.
I don't think
he's gonna get it. He have to stop him, or he have to just beat all rounds undisputedly. So as though you cannot take that fight from him. But I'm going with Devin.
Okay.
I went up to camp. I sparred with him for the JoJo Diaz situation. I fell in love with the whole camp. Everybody was cool. Everybody was real professional. And I hope Shorty win. I really do.
Nice. What do you think about like Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez? You think they're all like kind of in the same group? Or
yeah, but I think nobody. I still think nobody beats Loma. Yeah. Even Teofimo, the way he did, I still just don't think nobody gets. The only one I really believe that give him real problems is Tank, because he got to worry about that TNT, and Tank got skills too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and if Shakur moves up to 35, it could be a problem. But he's still at 30, so I'm not gonna put him in the conversation.
Right. Yeah.
Right
That's
now,
exciting to think about.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Tank and Rolly? Dude, he's fighting coming up. How's that gonna end?
The build-up is gonna be better than the fight.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. The fight gonna be. Trust me, the fight is going to be awesome. But the build-up for it is going to be way more than the fight is.
Yeah, it's been exciting so far. So
yeah.
We'll see. But we look forward to seeing you, man, and Lamont in your corner, like we said.
Oh yeah, after the event, we can definitely get an interview.